Good morning everyone, my name is ChenhaoDan. In this video, I will reflect on the content of classes and the two little things that happened in my life. My grandfather watched the TikTok live streams on his mobile phone every night. Then buy a lot of food recommended by the influencers. After buying the food home, we found that these foods were very unhealthy, so we had to throw them all away. However, Grandpa didn't learn the lesson and continued to buy goods from through live streaming. This made me realize that this marketing method will lead to irrational consumption behavior of consumers, which may harm the interest of consumers and cause waste of resources. I think this can be explained by the concept of power and influence. And the influencer didn't directly put pressure on consumers, but influenced the consumers' decision making through their emotional attraction and trust building, so that consumers can consume impulsively. This exaggerated marketing method will mislead consumers, especially vulnerable groups such as the elderly. This case highlights the critical tension. On the one hand, merchants aim to maximize the profit, but it will harm the well-being of consumers. Therefore, I began to think about whether it is ethically acceptable to prioritize profit when it comes to at the consumption of consumers' welfare. If I'm a future practitioner, I will be more careful in decision-making content, in designing marketing content, especially if it's of groups such as the elderly. I need to avoid exaggeration or emotional manipulation to influence their judgment. My own daily life decision making also be affected by the broader systems. When I choose a restaurant, I usually decide which one to go through the Google's reviews and ratings. But once I chose a restaurant which is a high rating at school, but after eating, I found that their dishes and service were not as expected. This made me realize that comments and ratings may not reflect the actual situation. I need to independently judge whether their comments and ratings are true or not. My choice can be understood through decision-making bias, especially the quality effect, which means I rely on evaluation of others to make my own choice. The restaurant doesn't match the actual score, which shows that Google Map may present ratings and comments through algorithms. Therefore, I began to think further, including whether the platform has a responsibility to ensure the transparency of information, whether the merchants will use evaluation systems to cheat, and whether the consumers themselves have the responsibility to think critically about the comments. So if I am a future practitioner, I will be more careful to design transparent and fair evaluation and rating systems to minimize the invisible impact on consumer decision making. Thank you.